My family and I have been sorting through my late uncle's estate and discovered an unusual scoop or spoon-like object inside a wooden box. The scoop measures 0.25 inches in diameter and is 4.75 inches in length. The handle contains small metal balls that can move freely within it. The only possible use I could think of for this item is as a Coke spoon. The box was empty when we found it, although it is possible that there were additional items at one time. We are uncertain whether the box and the scoop were originally intended to be a set. The balls can move up and down the entire length of the handle. While I cannot remove the balls to measure them, I estimate that each ball has a diameter similar to that of a grain of rice, specifically the shortest width rather than the length. Anyone know what this is? It's a measuring device for powders. The balls would be level when you get the right amount. I saw a large sand table in the basement of a house for sale in New Jersey. It measures over 10 feet in length and features several curved metal bars or tubes along the sides, as well as a bridge positioned in the center. To the right in the image, there is a movable conveyor belt. No other items in the house provide any indication of its purpose. Any ideas what this thing is? This is used for RC construction vehicles. The ramp thing in the middle of the picture is a loading platform so smaller bucket vehicles can dump into taller and bigger vehicles. I possess a tin of these items that I collected many years ago, all of which are engraved with Made in England on the side. I have been inquiring and searching online for a week, yet I still have no information regarding their identity. Anyone know what this is? It's a picture hook. They use these to hang photos, paper, certificates into Hessian material for display at the local agricultural show. Slide the clip over the paper, then hook into material to hang. Can bend the hook bit to go into pinboard as well if required. I found this item in my great-aunt's guitar case, where it was wrapped in what appears to be an elastic shoelace. The metal nail component is contained within a plastic tube, and I presume it is related to an acoustic guitar. Any ideas what this thing is? It's a capo. A capo is a device a musician uses on the neck of a stringed, typically fretted instrument to transpose and shorten the playable length of the strings, hence raising the pitch. It is a common tool for players of guitars, mandolins, mandolas, banjos, ukuleles, and bouzoukis. The word derives from the Italian capitasto, which means the nut of a stringed instrument. Musicians commonly use a capo to raise the pitch of a fretted instrument so they can play in a different key using the same fingerings as playing open, i.e., without a capo. In effect, a capo uses a fret of an instrument to create a new nut at a higher note than the instrument's actual nut. I found a metal object in Durham, North Carolina. It appears to be quite sturdy, resembling hammered metal, and is approximately the size of a hand. There are no movable parts, and it is secured to the ground, likely with concrete or a similar material beneath the dirt. It looks old, but I have no clue as to what it is. Any ideas? This is a base of one of those little things you ride on in the park, like a big duck or something. That coil around the outside is the old spring, and you can see where they used a grinder to cut it off flush, so it's definitely a Sprung riding toy. I retrieved a 1.5-inch metal mechanical object from some cremains using a magnet. However, I do not believe it is related to any surgical equipment. It appears to have the capability to be pinch closed, but it is currently immobile. Any idea what this is made for? Medtronic T 2-stratosphere corpectomy implant. It's meant to be expanded in place and locked. Would be located in the spine. A corpectomy means removal of the body. T2 stands for tumor trauma. So in the event a tumor or some trauma affects one or more vertebral bodies in the spine, a surgeon can go in and remove the damaged body and place this device in there to restore, maintain height in the spine. There's more hardware involved to secure everything. Screw and rods, bone graft materials. But that's the device's main purpose. I found an item in a box containing old kitchen supplies which we believe dates back to the 1990s. The item is relatively heavy, and the larger piece features the text HMO in the corner. It can be easily squeezed, similar to a hand weight. Additionally, there were several smaller pieces included in the box that appear to resemble one another, leading us to wonder if they are part of a set. Any ideas? It's Nutcracker. You crack the walnuts or pecans with the V-shaped part and use the picks to get the nuts out of the shell. I found a metal knocker located on a pew in the Montreal Notre Dame Basilica. It is hinged at the top, and when you press the small indent, it lifts upward. However, it does not produce a significant sound when struck like a traditional knocker. These fixtures were present on the backs of many pews throughout the basilica. Any idea what this is made for? Those are hat clips from the time people wore hats to church. It is also a paper holder for hymns. I have them at an old Catholic school. They are on the door for the office to put papers for the teachers while not disrupting classes. I found an object in the junk drawer of a house I recently moved into. It appears to be a black plastic device resembling a gun. The metal plunger at the rear is spring-loaded. It can be cocked by pulling it back. When the plunger is cocked and the trigger is pulled, the metal cylinder propels forward. Any idea what this is made for? Ear-piercing gun like they use at stores like Claire's. Horrible things. I highly recommend you don't use it on other body parts. You can shatter your cartilage. I found it in my dermatologist's bathroom alongside what appears to be an ancient Greek vase, a clay owl also of ancient origin, and a small figure made from the same material as this piece. The object is metallic, appears to be handmade and aged, measuring approximately 30 centimeters in length and is quite heavy. Any ideas what this thing is? It's an Etruscan mirror. The unadorned side would have been highly polished, possibly crafted from bronze. The engraving on the reverse features Apullu, Apollo, Tinia, a beardless representation of Zeus, and terms, Hermes. It likely depicts a scene from the theft of Apollo's cattle, with Zeus appearing to cast his thunderbolt as a symbol of authority.